All right, let's call the meeting April 22 to order. Then take the roll call.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani.
Here.
Council members Achara.
Here.
Donlin.
Here.
Fisher.
Here.
And Mayor Siciliano.
Here, the notice requirement for the Open Public Meeting Act for this meeting has been satisfied. A copy of the annual notice is sent to the Asbury Park Press Coaster, posted in Town Hall, and filed in the office of the municipal clerk on December 30, 2020. Then I don't have sheet 1 in front of me, or D items.
So we had just the one D item,
I thought so.
various township projects, but I don't know if Margie wants to
Guest first.
add and let the guests speak first.
Always is good. Margie, you have a guest with us yet? Or
Yes,
no?
I have. Is Jack Mamie on the call?
Jack is here.
I'm here.
So,
All right, Jack. So introduce yourself and tell us what's up.
Hey, it's been a few weeks, I guess, or months since we've seen each other, right? My name is Jack Mamie. I'm the new chair of the revamped Green Team. I'm on the Environmental Commission and the Zoning Board. So I've been working on sustainable Jersey stuff for a while. I know we've been talking about it for quite a long time. And we got lucky with COVID that they extended us for another year. So we're not under the gun, so to speak, to recertify all our points. But we still got to get it done. And I want to go after the sort of the easy stuff, the low-hanging fruit that doesn't require us to do much. So what I wanted to do was get the just a couple resolutions passed, hopefully. And I've got two of them that I want us to consider today. One of them is a sustainable land use pledge, and the other is a green building resolution. So what these two is, each one will give us points. We have to pass at least one of them. I think someone's got their mic on.
No.
Yeah.
Jack, might be you.
No, it's not me.
Let me see. I don't have any ambient noise, but let me see. Okay.
Everybody else is muted.
No. Anyway. So we've got these two resolutions, which ideally we'd pass both of them, but we should at least pass one or the other. Each one's worth points, and if we pass one or the other, we can then move forward to a green building checklist, which gives us a lot of points, like 20 points. And all that is it's a checklist that's submitted with the packet to a prospective developer. It's not a condition of approval or anything. It's just something that they get in the package that they have to fill out. And it's just a free, easy points for us. So we just give them the checklist, and we get, a couple dozen points out of this. So because that's an ordinance, we need to pass the resolutions first to give us the legal basis for it, as far as I'm aware, and as far as I understand it. I'm sure Marty can correct me if I'm wrong, if he's had a chance to look at them or not. But
Marty's not with us tonight. Matt Good is sitting in.
okay,
Matt hasn't had a chance to review. Hey, Jack, what is this obligating the builders to do?
It doesn't obligate them to do anything.
Okay, you know that's gonna come up.
Right. All this is it's just a checklist that gets sent in with the packet. All they have to do is just, the only obligation is they fill it out. They can check no on every box if they wanted to.
Okay,
It's not a condition of approval. So, you know, if they happen to be doing something that are nice to be green or sustainable, that's great. You know, it's just something they look at and they fill out. That they don't have to do anything extra beyond the, you know, what the state or whatever the ordinance requires. So as far as I know, we have to pass the resolutions first before we can introduce the ordinance. So the checklist requires an ordinance. And I have that already ready to go. Margie, did you send the resolutions to
yeah,
anybody?
yes, we were copied on them today, yes.
Okay. Have you had a chance to read them or look through them?
I briefly went over it, had a lot of emails. The last day of the meeting's tough for me because I'm inundated with messages and requests, so it's hard to get to them all.
Yeah, I understand that. So do you want me to summarize them or?
You can summarize and, you know, we'll be prepared at the next meeting to take action if everything's okay.
Okay.
Once Matt or Marty look at it.
So sustainable land use pledge, basically, it just says implement best practices when re-examining and amending the master plan, which we do anyway. Consider opportunities to incorporate green building measures into the design, construction, operation, and maintenance of municipal buildings and facilities. Again, it's just consider. It doesn't mean require. Encourage green design for commercial and residential building. Again, you know, it's not a mandate. Include a green building scorecard with the site within the site plan approval process, which is what we're aiming to do next. And again, that's not a condition of approval. It's just, you know, a checklist that they fill out. And the last thing is make information on green building programs, guidelines, and rebates available to prospective developers and residents of the municipality, which we've already been doing. I don't know if you remember, we did send out a little paragraph in the newsletter and put some information on the website on some of these state programs and the other incentives that are out there. So this is stuff that we're pretty much already doing. And I think this is just an easy couple of points that'll help us, you know, get recertified, and hopefully if we can get enough of these points racked up, we can get silver, which I think we could do if we really wanted to. And the other one is the green building policy. Hang on. You know, just stating that, you know, the facts of buildings are 39% of carbon dioxide emissions. They account for 12% of potable water use, 65% of waste, and 71% of electricity in the US. Defines green building, sustainable high performance building. And it says the township desires to set a leadership example in the area of green building through the implementation of energy efficiency audits, upgrades to municipal buildings, this, that, and the other. And it says the township wishes to support green building in the private sector through a combination of voluntary actions, including actions that may be required in the future, although not at the time of the adoption of this resolution. So again, it's just encouraging and trying to, set the tone, but not necessarily, putting in a hard mandate.
The only
You know.
thing, when you use words like required, it gets becomes a mandate at some point. But no, we'll take a good look at them, Jack. One thing, what if we bought a Tesla and we put a cop shield on the side? We have an electric cop car. Could we get gold?
Maybe.
It certainly wouldn't hurt.
Well, no, I'm serious. We might go to electric vehicles one by one, introduce them in the future. I'm really wondering if those would be high points, because maybe next year we'll get something for public works, a cleaning vehicle or something. You know what I'm saying? See, just check into that. See what kind of marks you get. If you can get gold for something like that.
I think we buy electric cars. That gives us I know it gives us a lot of points I don't know if it gets us a gold star. Maybe if we made our whole fleet electric, it would get us a gold star.
Wow.
But,
I'm sure we should bet platinum, for crying out loud if we did that. Well, we just look into it. Why don't you run that down and let me know? And again, we're a municipality. We introduce one vehicle a year under any circumstance.
Right.
Yeah, if we purchase alternative fuel vehicles, it's up to 15 points.
That's it?
I guess per vehicle? I don't know. Maybe not.
We'll get like 100?
I think 15 points is like if you buy your first one. I don't know if they give you more points after that.
Did we ever get credit for our charging stations?
Yeah, we got
did?
points for that.
Okay.
We have our next meeting for the Green Team on May 7th. So if anyone listening wants to join that, it's going to be a virtual meeting and it's going to be posted.
All right.
It's going to be on Zoom, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Anything else, Jack?
No, I think that's all we're going to discuss now. I know we have more things in the works, but
good. Well, we appreciate all you guys do over there. And we really do appreciate what you do with the Green Team, Environmental Commission, and your volunteer time on the boards. We do appreciate it, Jack. So thank you for that. Jack, one last question. Yeah. Were you in touch with Altice at all for anything?
In touch with Altice specifically?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I'll tell you why. I got a email back and forth from customers relations. I guess a citizen complained about something, and they're very, they really want to meet with me or have a meeting about it so they can rectify it. I'm thinking it's Jack. It had to be Jack.
I mean, I did say, let's see, like last year I complained to them, but I don't know if it's taken them a year to respond.
Yeah, it could be. I'll find out.
I did submit a comment to the Board of Public Utilities when they had their big hearing. So maybe that's something. I don't know about that.
That might be it. Well, I'll let you know after our meeting.
Well, I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm starting my own internet service.
I figured you were going to. You wanted us to be your partner, I thought. What happened?
Well, I wanted you to do it instead of me, but I'm doing it myself.
If it works out, we're still partners.
You got it. No, I'm gonna do. I already got a line put in a few weeks ago. We had like 7 trucks, and they closed down half of Norwood Avenue. And that line goes underground to there's a little green shack, not even a shack, it looks like a vented cover next to the Boy Scout building, next to the firehouse in Oakhurst.
Yes.
There's like a little underground server room that you're not supposed to know about that belongs to Verizon.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes over there. And then the connection is dedicated from here to someplace in Newark where it links up to the data center.
Wow.
And then I go from here and I send a little wireless thing to the neighborhood in this corner of town that doesn't have an option.
You're gonna hang a hotspot on the pole?
No, do it on the peak of the roof.
Okay. Huh.
But that's coming within the next month, I think.
It's gonna be under the height requirement, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
the height requirement is 35 feet, and you're allowed to exceed for another 10 feet for an antenna.
All right. Keep us posted.
All right, you got it.
All right, we're gonna move on. All right, thanks, Jack. Vinny, do we have anybody else? Any other guests?
Nobody else.
I have a few things, Vinny.
Yep, you're the first one, Tom. You're the only thing on the work.
Okay. Everybody, I finally got in contact with the Division of Fish and Game and about the deer situation. And right now, our plans are still being reviewed. And we should have an answer back in about 2 months as far as what they're looking for. And they're really leaning toward a hunt more than anything else. Because what they said is, if they try to do sterilization, it's cost one town in New York State almost $9 million. And it's still not working. And when you have the hunt, once you reduce the deer population, then you might be able to go in and try some sterilization to see if that works. But if you think you're going to sterilize all these deer, it's not going to work. So that's where we're at right now. So I'm still, we still have 2 months to really think about it, what we want to do, but that's probably where it's going to head from DEP.
Hey, Tom, so because it was left with the previous manager, I wasn't sure if did we get a formal rejection on the plan that we had submitted, or that's what they're reviewing now?
What happened is the plan was rejected initially because it didn't have all the necessary information it needed.
That's the sterilization plan, right?
Correct. So everything was sent back. So they have everything right now.
Okay. So they're re-reviewing it, and then they're going to come back with the recommendation.
Correct. And if we have to do the hunt, they get involved in the hunt. And,
Right.
Because I have a background in hunting and fishing game, and I've done it my whole life, if we were to do this, I would recommend we do it in January when the park gets the least amount of usage. If we are to do that. Because then they want to do it during hunting season. And in January, you still have hunting season. So it's probably the best time to, for everybody to think about what they want to do.
All right, well, we'll wait to get their recommendation and we'll take it from there, I guess. Good. Well, thanks for following up.
And the last thing I have is we've had a few complaints about the bus shelters not being up. And the closest date we can get is that both the bus shelters should be up by the first week of June. So we're holding this guy to that. So that's where we are with that. Other than that, the only thing I have left is stuff in executive session.
Okay. Good, thanks, Tom. Anybody else while we're here?
Mayor, Laura's on right now, Laura Mistretta, and we had brought up that dog park last time, or actually about a month ago. So where do we stand right now with that?
So we're waiting for the concept plans back from Greg Blash.
Okay,
So I think we had a couple of spots in mind, and I think Dave wants him to look into one other spot before we pull the trigger. He was thinking over by the, Billy Goat Farm over there, the gym on West Park Ave.
right.
But I told him, be careful because we use fields over there. I think Dave was thinking behind the building, Dave, the
Yeah.
north side.
Yeah, so it'd be, I think the best thing to do is probably put it on, I guess it'd be right behind the building. The
North.
football guys will have to move their equipment out of there.
Oh, the west.
Yes, the west side. The guys, there's plenty of parking and not a lot of neighbors. I think it's a good spot for the dog park. It's the winter, I think.
All right, well, we'll check it out. Like I said, now, there's 14 acres behind it that's privately owned.
Not developed yet.
No, I know. I need to notice it,
All right.
but okay.
We're gonna get a dog park, Laura. It's coming, I'm telling you.
Hmm.
I hope so. Because look who wants a dog park. Look at them.
Oh,
Oh. I don't know where mine is. Thank you, Mayor.
So, yeah, we'll stay after Greg on that.
Okay, perfect.
Thanks for coming on, Laura.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah, take care. So if there's nobody else or nothing else, we can go into close then.
Yeah, Chris, just one thing I just want to finalize. We're in agreement that for the May 13th meeting, we're going to be going live again, no virtual meeting.
Yes.
Are we in agreement? Okay.
And that, like I said, governor's going to lift a lot of restrictions. We'll have more capacity in the room. By then, most of us will have our inoculations, so we should be fine.
Good. Thank
Hey,
you.
Are we gonna let the public into that room or are we gonna just be
No,
live?
public, no hybrid, straight public meeting.
Old school.
Yeah, that way we can do now we can honor, firemen or this and that again, do the awards presentation and have veterans come in when we want them to, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Try to get back to half normal.
There you go.
All right. Anything else?
Right? Ready for close? I'll read the
Yeah,
resolution.
read it in, Ben.
Whereas Section 8 of the Open Public Meetings Act permits the exclusion of the public from a meeting in certain circumstances, and whereas the public is of the opinion that such circumstances presently exist, now therefore be it resolved by the Township Council, the public should be excluded from discussion. The general nature is personnel of various departments and contract purchase of real property.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, let's call the meeting of April 22nd, right, to order. Ben, take the roll call, please.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani,
Here.
Council Members Achara,
Yes, here.
Donlin, Fisher,
Here.
and Mayor Siciliano.
Here, everybody please rise for a pledge of allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silent prayer thereafter. I pledge allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. You can be seated. The notice requiring for the Open Public Meeting Act for this meeting has been satisfied. A copy of the annual notice was sent to the Asbury Park Press, Coaster, posted in Town Hall, and filed in the office of the municipal clerk on December 30, 2020. We're going to forego the fire exits. I'm going to ask all guests to please keep your selves on mute until there's a time for public comment. You'll have an opportunity at the end of the meeting. And then you also, during the resolutions, we'll give you an opportunity to speak to those as well. Before we get started with our meeting, I'm going to ask the council members to go around if they have anything to offer. We can start in alphabetical order. Rob, do you have anything?
I do. The Chamber of Commerce has not called the applications in for our scholarship this year. We will be meeting next week to review them. Wish all of the applicants the best of luck. They were obviously tremendous qualifications, and the number of applications was a lot. So we're looking forward to announcing those. Right now, the tentative date for the luncheon is June the 5th. As soon as we have it finalized, we will let everybody know. Thank you, Mayor.
Great. Margie's not with us yet, are you, Marge?
I'm
Margie,
on, I just got on. Yeah, it was an issue with my computer.
So you have anything to share, Marge?
So I just wanted to say Happy Earth Day, and also to tell everyone about the, on Sunday, the 25th, there's the sorry for the noise in the background. She's really excited about this. There's a free seedling giveaway Sunday, April 25th, from the Shade Tree Commission. It's going to be at the West Park Recreation Center between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Free seedlings will be distributed.
Yeah, you get up to 5, right? Between 2 and 5 seedlings or something.
Yep.
Great.
Yep, 2 to 5. And are you going to talk about the vaccination? Okay, I'll let you do that.
What else we got? John? Dave? I'm sorry, Dave?
Yeah, no problem. I just want to encourage all the residents to, if they're interested, they can go on to the township's website and fill out the master plan questionnaire. We are accepting all these, for quite a little bit of time. So if I would get on this, we are going to look at every one of these. We are following the schedule, and I did want to let the public know there will be 2 meetings where the public has a chance to speak on this master plan update. So we're moving along. So I just want to keep everybody posted.
Good stuff. Thanks, Dave. John?
Yes, received some really good news from Paul Tracy, one of our residents yesterday, that the Ocean Township High School wrestling team was undefeated this year and ranked number 17 in the state. They sent 11 wrestlers this year, which was the most out of any other team, to the super regions, and 3 of them went on to the states. We want to congratulate James Farina, Jared Tracy, and Jojo Teresi, who will be representing Ocean in the states this year. Congratulations to all the guys this year.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yep.
There was the COVID year was quite a challenge. This is the first year they didn't have district tournament since the wrestling really started. It was a very unique challenge this year. They had what they call the super regions, and Ocean had a fantastic year, like you said, John. They were undefeated in their dual season, and we had a couple of individuals step up. So that's good news. Also, I'm going to remind you, and it's on our website as well, on Monday, we're offering our vaccines here to all Ocean residents, okay, 18 and over. So we have about 100 signed up already. We have 200 shots available. You'll be automatically, it's a Moderna. You'll automatically be in for your second shot. You'll be scheduled on the spot. So, if you're interested, you want to get your vaccine, come on down and join us at the Oakhurst Firehouse. And that's between 10 and 3 on Monday. And just go on our website. There's sign up instructions, and then just follow that and should be good to go. Okay. Right now, I'm going to go into, we have public hearings on B1. Wait a minute, that was the last, that's it? Yeah, we do, right, Ben?
B1 is a resolution to,
Resolution for the municipal budget.
yep, just to be read by title. So we just need a motion and a second for that.
Okay, someone make a motion for that?
I'll make a motion.
Johnny?
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani,
Yes.
council members Achara,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes.
and Mayor Siciliano.
Yes. Okay. So we have, we go right to B3 then?
You have to open up the public
Oh,
hearing on the municipal budget.
yeah, anybody's interested in speaking on the municipal budgets?
I just have a quick question, if I may.
Yep.
What is the increase per 100,000 or whatever that thing that you use, Steve, per of taxes? What's the increase per whatever it's 100,000?
Steve,
Tax
you want?
increase or change?
Yeah,
Steve, you want?
the tax rate is 0.404 this year per 100.
Okay.
Last year it was 0.405.
Okay, so it's down a little bit. That's good. Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Anybody else wish to be heard? State your name and address for the record. No. Make a motion to close the public hearing on the resolution.
I'll make a motion.
Second,
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani,
Yes.
Council Members Achara,
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
and Mayor Siciliano.
yes, and now we can go to B3.
You know, I just have to read something.
Go ahead. Yep.
Okay, be it resolved by the governing body of the Township of Ocean, County of Monmouth, that the budget herein set forth is hereby adopted and shall constitute an appropriation for the purposes stated, and the authorizations of the amount of $23,074,852.99 for municipal purposes, $571,318.43 for open space recreation farmland. A total amount to be raised by taxation, $39,170,110.83.
No, that's not right. Steve, that not by taxation,
Amount
total
to-
budget. You're on mute, Steve. Steve Gallagher,
You're on,
Uh,
Steve.
you're mute.
Bottom left corner.
There we go.
There you go.
All right. Let me just pull it up here.
He said 39 million by taxation. That's can't be
No,
right.
that's not,
That's not right.
Oh, wait, hold
the,
on, 20, I'm sorry, I read the wrong line.
Good, good.
$23,074,852.91.
Okay.
yes, that's the correct.
All right.
number.
Yeah, sorry about that,
No
Mayor.
problem. I just didn't sound right.
I just grabbed the wrong number. My eyes aren't as good.
Okay. All right, we need action on it. We're good.
Nope, you need motion in a second.
All right, so we'll make a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Second,
Second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani,
Yes.
Council Members Achara,
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
and Mayor Siciliano.
yes, to reduce the tax rate by 1/10. I'm okay with that. All right. Now, Vin, can I go to B3?
We already, that was.
That was that. Okay, it's all one shot. Gotcha. I wonder why you broke it up that way. I see now. I'm coming off the ether.
You're busy. You're not joining us.
Between you and me, I'm not sure who's. having a
You
couple-
had us taxing people 39 million. I cut it back 16 million one shot.
I thought it was probably where I was living. I was thinking 39 million.
Yeah,
Sorry.
don't go there. Stay here. All right. We're going to the next segment. The purpose of the public portion is to solely ask questions, understand resolutions that appear on agenda, and not an occasion for public hearing on an ordinance. All questions, again, not related to an item on the agenda, should be asked during the public portion's comments, and that'll be at the conclusion of the meeting. So tonight we have, does anybody have anything in the public on our resolutions or consent agenda? That'll be the time to state your name and address for the record. No one?
No one, Mayor.
Someone please offer the minutes for April 8th, 2021.
I'll offer.
Second,
Second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani,
Yes.
Council Members Achara,
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
and Mayor Siciliano.
yes, for resolutions, we have 21077 through 21081. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second,
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani,
Yes.
Council Members Achara,
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
and Mayor Siciliano.
yes, for individual action, we have 21082, approve the shared service agreement with the County of Monmouth for the use of the Mod 4 Property Assessment Computer Service Program for a 10-year period from January 1, 2022 through December 31st, 2031. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second,
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani,
Yes.
Council Members Achara,
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
and Mayor Sosiano.
Yes, 21083, approve the extension of a lease agreement between the Township of Ocean and the Oakers Fire Company Memorial Field, Inc. for Memorial Field. So we finally got this one done. We're into our next 50 years. So someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second?
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani,
Yes.
Council members Achara,
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
and Mayor Sosiano.
Yes. 2184, authorize the tax collector to cancel refund taxes for the following property owners who have been declared 100% totally disabled veterans. Block 35, lot 6.29, block 87, lot 4, and block 3808, lot 4. See, there's another one on here. No, that's it. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second?
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani,
Yes.
Council members Achara,
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
and Mayor Sosiano.
Yes, and for adoption, I'm sorry, introduction only tonight, we have ordinance number 2355. Someone please offer to introduce 2355.
I'll offer 2355.
I'll second.
Deputy Mayor Napolitani,
Yes.
Council members Achara,
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
and Mayor Sosiano.
Yes, that'll have its public hearing on the 13th of May.
Correct.
Okay. At this time, I'm going to open a public hearing up. Does anybody have anything germane to Ocean Township business? State your name and address. You will have your 5 minutes to say your piece.
If I may, Mayor?
Yes.
Yeah, this is Jack Kearns. I just wanted to ask Dave or whoever has the answer on the questionnaire that's going out to the public for the future menu, whatever that was called, Dave. Will that also get the high school kids involved somehow? Is there going to be anything done at the high school or with our future residents who are our children these days? And who probably have things that they are interested in for their age groups too. And we do a lot for the kids around town, I know. I just wondered if they were going to be included in the questionnaire gathering.
Well, Jack, it's a very good question. I will be meeting with Ron Kirk next week. I can discuss it. I do believe the COVID issue is going to have to come into play here because the high school is not really meeting at a full capacity at this time. But I think it's a good suggestion. I'll talk to Ron about it.
Thank you. I really, they're our future, so they have a chance to speak about what their future ought to be. So thank you, Dave. Appreciate that.
Hey, Dave, what you may want to do is put it in the backpack. We'll send it out electronically.
All right.
Talk to Stefankowitz.
I will talk to Ron Kirk next week. We'll see if we can do something.
Great. Anybody else?
Mayor,
Yes.
is there any update on the Hillel?
You need to
School
state your
and-
name and address for the record, Jackie.
Jackie Wenzel, 610 Deal Road. I'm using Peter's video because
Okay.
you guys locked me out from the last meeting. I
Okay.
couldn't.
It was a closed session, Jack.
No, I know. I was trying to sign. I was signing out. I always do, but you forgot to re-sign me in for this meeting.
So what was your question?
Can you give the people of the township any updates on the Hillel project?
No, that's something that's going through the zoning board. I mean, it's not a council project.
So there's been no updates. I haven't.
Maybe through there, I haven't gotten any. I don't know.
Do you know when the next meeting is for it?
If you go on the front page, our meeting calendar's there, you can check it out. I'm not sure. I don't have the screen up, but
29th, Jackie, but I don't know if it's on the agenda.
So the 29th of April?
Yeah, hold on. I'll tell you.
So Mayor, you don't attend those meetings at all?
no. No, I mean, a lot of times I don't want to give an appearance of maybe influencing anybody or whatever. You know, the board's autonomous. They do their thing judiciously, and we respect that. Just let them do it. Once in a while, when there's a really big 900 people meeting, I'll show up just to hear how it's going. You know, we've had those in the past, but typically, no, I don't attend the meetings.
So have you had a chance to look into the traffic? We were talking about that at the last meeting, how that traffic may affect the DO 35 intersection, since it's just one intersection west?
I haven't, I mean, personally, I have a notion of what it might do. But again, I'm not a traffic expert. I'm just somebody that lives here. And then knowing that it's primarily buses, and that's really what the traffic is there now, I don't know that it's going to move the needle too much. That's my opinion. If it was cars for every person in school, that would be a problem, but it's not going to be a tenth of what it is at the high school on West Park Avenue, or even the intermediate school in West Park. You don't want to be there.
How many
You don't want to be
people-
there at 2:30.
How many students are at the high school on West Park?
Let me see, it's about
Average.
400 each class, so about 1,200, 1,600, Rob.
Well, they're saying this is going to be about 1,000 students at.
Yeah, but most of these students are bused. Almost
You don't
all.
think buses taking 1,000 students are going to tie anything
No,
up?
it's going to do some damage, but not as much as our high school. Our high school does. Like I said, West Park Avenue's tough to navigate through when school lets out or when it's in, but you know, they do it efficiently. They get them in and out of there, so. I don't see why.
But
this is-
I guess that's again much far away than West Park and 35. So I guess what I'm saying is, if
Well,
it's going to be a
West Park's the
problem,
West
if
Park's
it's
the
gonna-
#1 busy road in Ocean Township.
well, Deal Road. may- may
Deal's
compete with
number
it.
2, West Park's #1.
So what are the accident averages at West Park? You must know if you know all of that.
I don't know.
Data.
I can get that info, just something I never really studied.
I guess I can make that a project since
We have our
since Deal-
share, I'm sure.
Deal is what, an average of 3 a month. That's with status quo as it is today, without all 4 corners developed. So I would imagine, I don't know, I'll check it out. I'll make sure I have it for the next meeting. I'm just, you know, the residents in that general area are concerned because they feel it
always.
is going to be impactful having 2 major new projects on so closely connected. So I guess, what do you think will happen? I mean, if it really becomes impactful on from a traffic point of view, there's no, what's our recourse if we don't take care of it and plan it properly in the beginning?
I mean, that's what the hearing's for at the zoning board. So you can,
But are they going to pay attention to the traffic, or
well, in some cases they will. Some cases traffic's not something you can even put in there in an application. So I'm not sure where this one falls, that it's a zoning board application. I mean, zoning board application rather. So I'll have to
But
look
how
at what,
come it played so heavily in the DOT was so involved in the deal 35?
because there were road improvements.
But
And when
they're
you're
going to
making-
change the road, as I understand. They're going to do an extra lane. Is anybody in the council updated on this at all?
What are you talking about? About this school project here?
Hillel.
Hillel,
There
so
is
they're
going
gonna
to
put
be
it,
some road changes. I understood from the meeting that I attended that there's going to
Okay.
be a left lane added.
a left turn lane
Left turn, correct.
on Poplar or on Deal Road?
I believe on Poplar.
Okay, I didn't think on Deal Road it would be. Yeah, well, I mean.
No, but
should
it
be.
it's at the intersection. You know, it's making that turn at the intersection.
No, you're gonna turn at the intersection, be able to make the left at that, at the shul, I believe, the Wayside Shul going, that's the driveway going in to the school now.
You mean, so if people are going north on Poplar,
Yeah,
they would make a left across that road of where people are heading south?
yeah. They do that now anyway to get in. I think if they're talking about making any kind of dedicated
Oh,
lane,
okay.
that would be better.
I misunderstood. I thought
That's
that it was going to be an extra extension making the left onto Deal.
Oh, maybe. I'll have to look at the plans. I haven't heard that, Jackie, but that's possible. I haven't heard that one.
Okay, all right. Yeah, no, these are just the questions that seem to come up about Hillel. The other question that had come up, someone had emailed me about that a memo went out. I didn't read it, so you can correct me if I'm quoting it wrong, but that the township is saying that we're going to have a bit of an increase in tax for a new fire truck, a new fire truck for the fire department?
That passed, yes. The voter passed that at
That would,
the
Who voted on that?
residents.
They said it was, where did we vote? I don't recall having an opportunity to vote on that.
Fire district elections were on the 20th. What was that, Tuesday?
Tuesday.
I got a ballot. I don't know if everyone else did.
What was that?
I got a ballot in the mail.
You got it in the mail. Okay, I didn't receive one. So I guess the question that came from the public to me were, if is this a new fire truck for the Hillel expanded new station?
If I may, I spoke to one of the commissioners. It is replacing a 27-year-old truck. I think I have my dates right. That is the company that manufactured it is out of business now, and parts are extremely hard to find.
But is it a new truck for the expanded firehouse, or is it for a different firehouse?
No, it sounds like Rob's saying, they're replacing a truck that's going to be put out of service because it's 27 years old and they can no longer get parts. So it's part of
I
their,
understand that. I was just.
no, it's for the Oak Ridge Firehouse on Larkin Place.
Oh, okay.
All right.
And Mayor, do you know what night they have their meetings or monthly meetings?
I don't know.
Because those questions can be asked at that meeting as well.
Okay.
Yep, good point. Good.
All right.
Anybody else? Anything?
Yes,
Oh,
I don't have anything to ask, Mayor, if I may, but I'd like to say something. The Clean Ocean Actions people ran a beach sweep over the weekend, all along the shore from Cape May all the way up to here. And they did a heck of a job. And I went there because I'm a member of the Rotary in Long Beach, so I was there to cover them. But also I was able to also notice there were quite a few Ocean people there, Ocean Township people there, including high school kids. And I thought that was a real plus from the environmental and so forth side of things. We've really got to pay attention there. And there's a lot of things that come up, you know, the climate control and all that kind of stuff. But people were picking things off the beach and off the boardwalk. People just throw things away. And our people from our town were there cleaning, helping to clean up. Even though we don't actually border right on the ocean, we have an interest in keeping the place cleaned up and keeping it looking good. And I was very proud of that. Thank you.
great. Thanks, Jack. Good report.
hi, I'd like to comment, Nancy Ehrlich in Wanamassa.
Okay, Nancy.
Hi, so more of a question, I guess, to get an update. I'm sorry I missed the workshop before, but so I've been made aware that the township is considering hunting and wanted to get an update on what the status is of that. And also to just put out there that I'd like to propose that we have a group formed to try to research a little bit more in detail the non-lethal sterilization options. So I've heard some information about the past few workshops, but so just wanted to get an update of where we stand with that right now.
Okay, we did about a year and a half now, we've been going over this and we've had public meetings about it. We've had people come in to discuss both options, lethal and non-lethal, and that was open to the public. We had some people there. And so it's been discussed heavily. We're beyond that point now, Nancy, unfortunately. We're to the point where we submitted a plan to the Game and Wildlife for a non-lethal, tactic, which they rejected the first plan and now re-reviewing it because we left out some info. But typically, it's a hard plan to get approved by Game and Wildlife. And then, so it'll take a couple months before we get an answer back from them. And when we do, then they'll give us option number 2, which of course will come back to the council in the town. And then we'd have to consider that one. So nothing's been done. There's no plan right now to do anything.
Okay,
There's
so
not a
just,
plan for a hunt right now.
okay,
I'm
yeah,
sure
just,
they'll offer that, but
right. So just a little bit of information. I was really, really motivated the other night. We had a webinar that was done by previous Senator Lesniak, and a group in Clifton, Ohio, that has a sterilization program. They've been working on this now for about 5 years, and it's a really promising program. They are capturing the female deer and sterilizing them. And so I believe that New Jersey probably has some different rules, but maybe in Ohio, they were able to consider this and start it. So it's been successful so far. They have sterilized about 95% of the deer, and it's really working. It's really reducing the number there. So I would love to see a program like that in New Jersey. And you know, it's something just like our dogs and cats. Years ago, there were probably tons of dogs and cats running around wild in the streets, and nobody thought of spaying and neutering them. And as time went on, it became a program that became very accepted. And now there's trap, neuter, release programs and so forth. Anyway, I really feel it's something that the time is now that we as a country, and especially our state, start to think about. This could really be the beginning of the future of us managing our wildlife in a non-lethal way. So it's something that I would really like to research more, and I would really like to see if we could maybe even talk to the council further, maybe in a separate meeting, and just show them a little bit more detail about what this other group is doing. So like I said, it is very promising, and I think this is really the way of the future. So I'm very anti-hunting, but if they decide, well, the only thing we can do right now is hunt, at least then I'd like to look at this program for maybe the future. So
Yeah, I think that's something we get some info on. I think Mr. Henshaw, if he's still on, mentioned that Plan B, if the state rejects our non-lethal plan, which usually they do, they would recommend to start with a bow hunt to thin it down the herd a little bit. And then when it's manageable, you can introduce perhaps a non-lethal method that you can manage from there on in. So we're exploring all options naturally. So we're going to take guidance from the Game and Wildlife when they come back, because we have to have their blessing most.
right,
Nan-
okay. And-
Nancy, Councilwoman Donlin, I just wanted to recommend, if you want to advocate for that in the state of New Jersey, I think the place to go is not at the council level, but at the state level, the New Jersey Wildlife, because that's really, you know, who gets to say one way or the other which way things go. I would recommend that you advocate to them, get the groups together to work on them.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. Unfortunately, Fish and Wildlife are hunters, so they usually will always side with hunting only. So, but it is something that we're working with former Senator Lesniak about. So I feel that as time goes on, this is something that is really going to start getting some traction, and we're going to start hearing more and more about it. So
That would be great.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Nancy.
Mayor, could I just ask Nancy a question?
Yeah, why don't you call her?
No, I just want, Nancy, I had heard in Saddle River, New Jersey, that they were doing sterilization. So had you heard anything about that?
I did, and I heard they reversed it.
I don't know the latest right
Tell me.
now, so I can find out for sure what, I know there's been a lot of action there. And Union County is another area. I know that they're really working on trying to get a program going. So, but yeah, I haven't heard with Saddle River what the outcome is right now.
So Saddle River had a plan in 2018, adopted an ordinance to do a non-lethal method. They had it in place for a short period of time and reversed it back to a bow hunt, I believe. Same with another
Do you
town
know
in New
what,
York.
why, Mayor?
It
Why
was
they?
not, I think it was too costly and ineffective for them.
Was it birth control though? It might have been birth control. Yeah.
I'm just telling you what I
Yeah,
heard.
it might be because the sterilization is definitely a newer adopted method. And even the white buffalo folks, which many of you probably know about, they come in and do the sharpshooting and all usually, but they are even advocating for this type of method. They said it's really the latest proven method. The birth control was really not working, but the sterilization is.
Okay. Yep. Okay, good stuff. We'll look into it, or whatever info you have, send over.
Yeah, thank you.
Who should we, who could you put on that committee, Mayor? So we don't have to fuss, you know, you're busy. Who, is there someone in the council?
No, there's
that
no
we could-
committee. You could send it to any one of us. I mean, we're the committee basically, but if you send the info, of course, we'll review it and see if we can, we'll take a look at it.
Maybe we could have a special meeting about it. I know.
We did. We've already had that, but let's take a look at whatever new.
But that was a long time ago, right?
Yeah, but
I
we
think
just, right, but we have to at some point stop having meetings and take action. You know,
But when we had that meeting, it was before or after you had the vote where the majority voted for non-lethal method?
Before, we had an informational
before.
meeting so folks would know what they're voting on.
Right, right.
So we absolutely had several meetings before with, and again, we invited both the hunters and we invited the non-lethal folks in as well, just to give informational. And they came and we listened and we submitted a plan based on a non-lethal. And so that's where it's at right now.
And that's what the majority of the residents voted for non-lethal.
Well, not
Why is
really,
it
no.
getting switched now?
No. I think you misread a lot of people voted for non-lethal, and then some voted for lethal, and then more voted for a hybrid of both. So technically, when you take the hybrid vote and the non-lethal, they outweighed, or the lethal, they outweighed the non-lethal vote. That was the math, how it broke down.
But that number 3 actually lists both. So that's the thing. I'm not sure why they throw all of the extra votes onto non-lethal. You have to put those extra votes on.
Okay. Well, we submitted a non-lethal, Jackie, nonetheless. So if that doesn't go through, like I said, the Game and Wildlife will recommend most likely another mode. And we wouldn't want anybody in there with guns, of course, or rifles. Would have to be, experienced folks coming in to humanely try to thin out the herd so we can get it manageable and we can maybe introduce a non-lethal then. So we'll see what happens. Listen, my position is I live with somebody where I can never vote for a lethal method.
I know. Yeah, I guess I just when I hear that New Jersey Fish and Wildlife disapprove it, why did they approve it for, say, Saddle River? It's all the same state, but why wouldn't they approve it for us? That's the part I don't understand. I would think it's a state law. Or is it divided by county?
No, they probably look at everything. I mean, the town's makeup and their boundaries, everything's different. I don't know. Ohio's quite different than New Jersey, Pennsylvania.
Ohio, sure, but Saddle River's New Jersey. That's
yeah. Don't know. Don't have the answer to that one.
And just to throw out there, Ohio was right outside of Cincinnati. So it's a very suburban, next to a large city area, which I think we are very similar to. So I think Ocean Township would be the perfect place to start a program like that.
Me too. I agree.
I think it has to reach out up to the state level though as well, because the deer don't understand where the town lines are.
No.
Mayor Jack Mamie has a question.
Jack?
He just did.
Hey, Jack Mamie, 219 Maplewood Avenue in Oakhurst. Not so much a question, but I wanted to address Jackie's concerns about the Hillel School, or not address them, but I wanted to let everybody know if anybody has any comments about that, they can bring it up at the zoning board meeting on the 29th. There'll be a special session. And I believe that's going to be on Zoom.
So it is on for the 29th, Jack?
Yes.
Hillel. Okay, Jackie, you hear that?
Yeah, thank you.
Good.
And I also wanted to let everybody know as the Green Team chair, we are having our next meeting on the first Friday of May, which I believe is the 7th. Yeah, the 7th. And that will be posted, and that's going to be on Zoom as well.
Hey, Jack, if you're on the Green Team and you're trying to get the sustainable points and the credits, right?
Yeah, but it's a little bit more than that. That's our biggest focus, I should say. But we also try to get the community involved in different things. Things like cleanups and community gardening and all kinds of nice green initiatives.
Green themes. So, hey, Jack, so if we had a marijuana growth facility here, would we get points for that?
Not from me.
It's green initiative. We're saving plant life.
I mean, you'll get points for me.
Good to know. Thank you, Jack.
Jack, how do we get on the green team? I have a question for them.
You just come to a meeting and you're on the green team.
There you go.
Okay, excellent. I'll try and get your, so the next meeting you said is May 9th? 7th, okay.
It's the first Friday of every month at noon, generally. And
How do I get the Zoom in number?
You're on Vinny's party line here. What do we do?
we're gonna see how we can post it on the website.
On the township website?
Yes.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, if I may interject one more time while Jack maybe is still here, I'm reminded of the vines work that they did over at Palea Park, clearing quite a bit of vine work, which was killing some of the trees there. And they did a heck of a job. And it was really a dozen or more people showed up for that to do it. They brought their own tools and everything else. And it was a great job that they did. I was able to get there, but I couldn't stay. I physically, it's a little strenuous for me, but they did a heck of a job, and there's going to be more. They just haven't scheduled it yet, but it's well worth what we're doing. It's well worth what we're doing and saving those trees and saving essentially the park. Thank you, and thank you, Jack.
Good.
Thank you. So, it's a team effort, a group effort, and you're a part of it, Jack. 2 Jacks. Also, I think when I had left in the workshop, towards the end of the workshop, and when I came back to my computer, it said somebody invited me to a breakout room, so I clicked on it, and that was your closed session.
Oh, jeez.
So I
kicked
popped
you out,
right
Jack.
off when I realized it.
Nope, I capped you right off, Jack. I saw you in there.
Well, I left before you could tap me off.
The company secrets. Jack's got them now.
Was the poker game over with?
It was pretty boring. He didn't miss anything. He didn't miss much.
Somebody went all in. I don't know.
Yeah. We wind up breaking for dinner shortly after we started.
All right, but that, I guess just sorry about that. And
No problem. Thank you for being honest and forthright about that.
Yep.
We'll take better care to clean the room first.
all right. That's all I got for now. So
Okay.
appreciate it.
Maybe so that doesn't happen. Maybe you should have your private meeting before the workshop. Then we can just go from workshop to the group meeting, and it can be all one group.
We're going back to live meetings anyway, so it doesn't matter.
We're going live May 13th.
Yeah, but even that schedule, I mean, right?
No, we're gonna
Have your private one before you go into public. Because the workshop meetings are interesting. I think we'd get more people to come to them if they were, closely connected to the council.
Okay.
In time. Just a suggestion.
Very good.
Okay.
Thank you, Jackie. Anybody else? Vinny, anybody out there, Vin?
No, Mayor.
All right. Well, thank you for joining. Like Vin mentioned, starting May 13th, we're going to go live. There won't be a hybrid meeting. I think the governor's going to open up more to the public. So we're confident that there's more capacity in our meeting room and everywhere, all around. It's going to help everybody. All right. So with that, we'll make a post on the website. You guys will hear about it. Someone make a motion to adjourn.
I'll motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second,
Mayor Napolitani,
yes.
Council members Achara,
Yes.
Donlin,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
and Mayor Siciliano.
Yes. Thank you for joining. Have a great night and great weekend, everybody. Take care.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
See you, Matt.
Bye, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.